Could it be that your obsession with taking piano exam grades is actually holding back your progress? What on earth do I mean by that? Well, unfortunately, we live in an age, in an era of exam culture where everything is tested, tested, tested. Behind me, you will see various piano exam books, different syllabuses, different exam boards. Here's the key word: syllabus. That's exactly what this is. It's a exam syllabus, and there's nothing wrong with that. Exams absolutely can and do have their place, and when they're achieved, they are to be celebrated. However, they are not a piano curriculum. Behind me and over there and on the other side of my camera, you would see a room full of scores. A room full of scores from different composers, different styles, different genres, compilations. You'll see lots of new composers, living composers work, and it's still just the tip of the iceberg. And if I lived a lifetime, I wouldn't be able to play all of it, sadly, because I would love to. So you could literally get to grade 8 and only ever have learned 24 pieces. And this is horribly wrong. It's not a musical journey at all. Don't get me wrong, lots of the pieces in the current piano, the various boards exam syllabuses are great, lovely, really worth playing, really worth looking at. But it's this obsession with just going from grade to grade to grade, or what I call the exam conveyor belt. And I have actually written quite extensively on this in articles for piano teachers. And it's a battle I have every day, actually, with students who just think this is the only way. Where does this come from? And I've thought about this a lot. My experience is that it comes from the fact that piano teaching is an unregulated profession, which is something that many of you might not know. And therefore there are lots of people out there teaching who, without sounding harsh, don't know their instrument and don't know its repertoire. And therefore the way they teach is the exam book to the next exam book. This is a really unpopular opinion, by the way, amongst piano teachers. Not all. A certain sort of group of piano teachers will really object to what I'm saying. However, I know that I am correct on this. It's such a narrow way of learning. It upsets me enormously, because there is so much wonderful music that students will miss out on if the exam board is it and the exam syllabus is all that they do. In my opinion, is lazy teaching. It's a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of knowledge of the repertoire and what is available. I see it so much. I see it all the time. And unfortunately, this filters through to parents of younger students who then think, well, that's the way it's done. You go from one grade to the next grade to the next grade. If I say that grade 8, it's quite an accomplished level of playing, but it's kind of like passing your driving test. Now you can play, now you can really get out there and be experienced and really develop your playing. But there's so much to learn on the journey to being an accomplished pianist. And actually, where do the grades come in? A lot of parents will say, well, it's the only way they practice. They need a goal. How about a performance goal? So where I teach on a Saturday at Junior Guildhall, we don't really focus on exams. And I will tell you that my students there they play so much repertoire and they learn so much faster because of it. They progress. When I say they learn so much faster, they progress and develop so much faster, so much better into rounded musicians, because we're not obsessing over grades. They're obsessing or enjoying and focusing their practice on all these different styles, on all the different genres. So much it's when I come to actually writing out their reports, it takes forever, because listing everything that they've played during a year is such a lot of repertoire, and it's my belief that's how it should be. So as a teacher, what can we do? We can have goals for our students, such as performances. A performance opportunity is invaluable, and that's a great goal. Why does it have to be a grade? If you're a student and you are obsessing with grades and you take forever to learn your pieces, so maybe it takes you a year to be ready, that's too long. It means you're playing, and this sadly is often what happens, it means you're playing way above your level. And there's nothing wrong with trying things that are way above your level, but you're not going to play it well. You are going to be stuck on those pieces for a really long time. You are going to be bored of them, and it's not why the exam sort of journey was invented. You should be taking an exam when you're ready. So when you're already playing at that level, and if you want to take an exam, or if you need to take an exam because maybe you're going to go to music college, and you really need that exam. Although I have to say, again, many people have a misconception about this. You don't necessarily have to have that exam. You have to be playing at that level. It's not the same thing. And you're more likely to be playing at that level if you haven't spent a year playing just 3 pieces. It's so restricting. So please step away from the exam syllabus. Please understand it's not a piano curriculum, and a good teacher will be introducing you to so many different styles. There's so many different eras, so many different genres, so that you begin to learn where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, what you'd like, what you're going to gravitate towards, but also the things you maybe need to work on a lot more. And you will learn so much. Your knowledge, your experience, your understanding of music will be so much greater if you stop using the exam syllabus as a piano curriculum. And I believe that your enjoyment will be greater. I know I'll have lots of people saying to me, but I love doing exams. Great. Do them when you're already playing at that level, and learn lots of other things. I truly believe that if you do step away from that exam conveyor belt, you will get so much more enjoyment, so many more rewards from your musical learning journey than if you just restrict yourself to 3 pieces, some scales, a bit of sight reading, and some listening tests, or the performance exam 4 pieces. You will gain so much more. And then by all means do the exam as and when you're ready. As I say, there is nothing wrong with exams per se. It's the way that they are misused that I have the objection to. And a lot of people don't realise there is another way. And trust me, there is another way, and you are missing out on a wealth of beautiful piano repertoire if all you do is play 3 pieces a year for the next 8 to 10 years. So don't do it. Try something different.